Hello everyone and welcome to our new podcast dedicated to the upcoming EC2U Forum event in Pavia. Just to give you brief information, the European Campus of City Universities is a multicultural and multilingual alliance consisting of 7 long-standing research and education-led, globally and regionally engaged universities from different parts of the European Union. The alliance ambition is to create an innovative space allowing a free flow cooperation between the universities and associated cities. Today we have a very important guest in our podcast, Professor Antonella Forlino and Professor Stefano Ramat. I would like to ask my guests to briefly introduce themselves, starting with Professor Forlino.
Thank you and hi everybody. I'm Professor Antonella Forlino and I'm the Vice Rector for International Relationship at the University of Pavia. And together with this duty, I have also the pleasure to coordinate the European project EC2U that was just introduced. Together with this other duty, I'm also a full professor of biochemistry at the University of Pavia.
Thank you very much.
My name is Stefano Ramat. I am a professor of bioengineering at the University of Pavia, and I am at the same time the president of the University Sports Center. And I also cooperate within this EC2U project as a local coordinator for the work package 2.
Obviously, both of them are deeply involved with the EC2U Forum in Pavia. And in today's episode, I would like to talk briefly about the ins and outs of EC2U Forum in Pavia, specifically focusing on students, activities and opportunities. And I would like to start with Professor Antonella Forlino. Please, could you walk us through the main activities of EC2U Forum in Pavia?
It's absolutely a pleasure to take you with a short journey of what will be the EC2U Forum at our university, where first of all, it is a 3 days forum, so it starts the 5th of April and it ends the 7th. The general program of the EC2U Forum will be held at the center of the city in Central University. So we will have the opening of the program in Aula Magna, whereas the governance activity will be held in Palazzo Vissarino and the round table in the historical hall of the Central University. And within these 3 days, we have the first day completely dedicated to the EC2U governance. So all the partners involved in this project will meet with separate meeting in order to work on what has been done and, most importantly, what we have to do in order to implement the project. Whereas the second day probably is the most important one for students and community and city, because it will be centered on a plenary event where all the partners of the alliance, but also the associate partners, meaning municipalities and the technological pole, will be involved. And then we have the opening. The opening is the biggest event because it's for all the city.
Thank you very much, Professor Antonella Forlino. Now let me turn my attention to Professor Stefano Ramat. Professor, can you please tell us about why students should participate in the EC2U Forum and what are the advantages and benefits for them?
So, the students will have a separate, dedicated agenda which will focus on enabling networking, cooperation between the students, getting to know each other and understanding what are the opportunities offered by the project and the exchanges that will be set in place and are set in place and will be set in place within the project. Well, we'll see some sports events and some opportunities for discussion, which will be an occasion for again networking and getting to know each other better and evaluate the opportunities that are offered. Well, the student program will overlap with the general program in some parts, especially on Wednesday the 6th. But then there will be some specific facilities where students' activity will be held. And on Monday the 5th, we will start for the rafting from the University Sports Center facility on the Ticino River. And then well, we will have this fitness session all together in which there will be both students and staff participating. That will be held in the main court of the historical buildings of the university, which is called Cortile Teresiano. And also there will be a brief session in which we will meet professional athletes and some athletes that have participated in the Tokyo Olympic Games and in other international competitions.
Thank you very much. It is very interesting. And now, Professor Forlino, we obviously mentioned the goals and ambition of EC2U Forum in Pavia, but can you tell us what are the value of the EC2U Forum to our community?
Yes, well, there are at least 2 points that I like to make on this topic. First of all, the EC2U Forum will help 7 academic reality to work together in the education field. We will activate 3 joint master degree in 3 different areas: medicine, engineering and humanities. And this will allow the creation of a common path that will allow students to move from one university to the other very frequently within their master degree, because there are 3 joint master degree. This is the first thing. Then we will actually implement the sharing of research, because together with this joint master, within the project is also foresee the activation of 3 virtual institutes where the student will be able and the staff will be able to work together. And the opportunity to have all the partner, all the players of these 2 realities, joint master and virtual institute, together in person during the EC2U Forum will be really a very important step, considering that we are coming from a couple of years of lockdown.
Many thanks to our guests today, Professor Antonella Forlino and Professor Stefano Ramat, for being here with us and sharing your thoughts on upcoming event of EC2U Forum in Pavia. And I would like to encourage all our viewers and listeners to visit our website and to get more updates and information. And yes, we would like to see you in Pavia. Goodbye.